Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome for the first time, all around. Welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a branding expert and copywriter for about the past 6 to 7 years. It is a wet hair, don't care, no makeup kind of Freelance Friday video today. I have been doing my makeup a lot more for these videos, and part of me feels like I should put on this like professional presenter kind of vibe, but this is real life, and I feel like a fraud to put on makeup and dress up to do a video and then go back and put on running clothes. So hopefully that's okay with you, because that's okay with me. In today's Freelance Friday video, I'm going to be answering the #1 question that I almost always get, and that is, how do you get orders as a Fiverr newbie? Even before we talk about like order communication processes, organizing your workflow, and the biggest hurdle is, how do you actually get orders? How do you convince people to take a risk on you? How do you compete against people like me, sorry, who have like thousands and thousands of reviews when you might have 30, 42, I don't know how many you have, but it's a challenge. Before I dive into the actual strategy, I have to give my #1 speech, which is you have to have skills. You're not scamming anyone. You're not making yourself sound better than you are. You actually can do the things that you are offering, and that is legit. There's no other way to say it. I'll be brutally honest. I get a lot of spam messages, and most of them are like, hi, I is good writer. You send work. I write article. It's like, you won't be successful if you can't do the things you say you're gonna do. Most people who contact me are saying they want to be writers, and I usually lovingly say, you don't have the skills. Work on the skills first, because I'm not saying you can't ever, but yeah, right now it's not gonna work. So have skills, be honest, be credible. If you crossed all that and you still feel good, then we continue on with these strategies. #1, when you're setting up your gig, make sure that you are filling in your gig metadata and that you are using thoughtful keywords. Fiverr isn't super keyword heavy, and you will not be able to keyword stuff. I mean, that's how the world is. Don't keyword stuff anything. It's not effective, and it'll hurt you more than it will help you. But the metadata is really important, because that is mostly determining how your gigs come up in search. If you are noticing and you're watching your stats and see that you're not getting a lot of impressions, try different metadata. So try a variation of a keyword, and just kind of use back and forth testing to see what works best for you. And don't be afraid to change it and alter it and try new things. But for sure, you should be using all of the keyword spaces in your metadata line for the gig, and that should be thoughtfully crafted to how people are actually searching for your gig, not only what you're offering. Also, be sure to include a video. Using all 3 of the photo slots in your gig setup is part of it. That will be a priority for you in search, because it looks like, according to the algorithm, that your gig is completely set up and fully fleshed out. But that also is going to be really helpful with a video, not only just for the algorithm and getting you a slightly better search position, ideally, but even more than that, just to convert buyers. Even with the level of credibility that I have in the platform as a top 1% of people who are selling in the marketplace, I still very frequently get people who say, I was looking at a lot of different profiles and sellers I could work with, and your video was honestly what made them feel like I was personal and friendly and they could connect with me. And that was kind of the tipping point for them to decide to go forward and work with me instead of someone else. And so I cannot strongly enough recommend a video. Some people choose to do like explainer videos, or even hiring someone on Fiverr to design something for them that is like an animation. That's okay. As I've mentioned in other videos, I really think it's most effective, at least in what has worked for my own business, to put yourself forward and actually just talk to your buyers directly. Fiverr also released a stat, which I'm gonna try to find. I'm just gonna guess, and it's gonna be so wrong, so don't take this. I can't remember. Pretty sure, big grain of salt here. Gigs with a video sell 40% more than gigs without a video. I mean, it was a substantial metric. A video is really effective for converting more buyers, and like I said, it does have some amount of leverage in the algorithm for search as well. If you're really just getting started, you might consider just being at the low end of all of the search parameters. You again need to consider how your buyers are going to find you, how they're going to go through the search process to narrow things down and find your gig. So with search, there are a variety of different parameters they can choose from. Price and delivery period for sure. You can also go through and check for different categories. Setting it according to those metrics will put you higher if people are searching for that specific thing. So for an example, if you offer delivery, if you can, set it to the lowest of that search metric. Another related thing to search is that people can now select just working with online sellers. So the more time that you can spend online, the better. I'm not totally sure. Again, I'm just going off like my personal experience. I don't think that just keeping your browser window open is enough. I would actually guarantee that that's not enough, because then you could just leave your computer on all the time and it would look like you're online. So make sure that you're active around the site, even if that's just like clicking around every once in a while, or like going through your statistics and just being present and on the platform. Because when you says you're online, again, it's just helping you to narrow down in the search parameters. And if someone wants you right now, they want to order right this second, then you need to be available right that second. Again, I don't personally follow that. I don't just sit online all day. I'm working or I'm not. Similarly, make sure that your response rate is really high, that you're responding quickly. Again, it's just all about making your account and your gigs and your profile look as established, credible, and fully fleshed out as possible for the algorithm. Kind of any negative things that you have on your account, whether that's a low rating, a low response rate, high cancellations, anything like that, is not going to obviously be helpful for you, because the platform inherently wants to promote people who will serve buyers the best. So make sure that your response rate is as low as possible, or as fast, I guess would be the way to say it. Just from a customer standpoint, that anyone who reaches out to you with an inquiry, the faster you can get back to them with a actual answer, not just like a robo response of, I'll message you back soon. I have seen a tip from someone that was trying to suggest, which is so dumb in my opinion, that you should basically send a quick response to people immediately when they send you a message. That the robot answer is basically, I will get back to you soon, but you don't actually answer the question. And then they say to mark it as unread, so you'll come back to it later. But I would be so annoyed if someone did that, because it's like, clearly you're there, but you're not gonna respond to me. It just feels like you're gaming the system, and I don't think that's gonna be effective. You actually do answer their question, and you are fully committed to serving them quickly and efficiently. That is going to make someone feel like that they are your top priority, and that is gonna be one more reason that they should trust you and try to work with you. As I say over and over and over and over, I really recommend that you have a portfolio. That is the best way to show your credibility and what you can do, especially if you don't have any or a lot of reviews on the platform. The more robust you can make your portfolio, the better. Really giving people a variety of different angles to view your work, different industries you've worked with. Make sure that it looks foolproof, that it could not possibly be copied or stolen or scammed, because it's so authentic and genuine and transparent that they can't do anything else but trust you. There are some people who are not trustworthy, and that's what people's number one fear is, I think, is distrust of working with someone that's not proven and credible in the platform, versus someone like myself who has a track record of that, and it's very easy to see exactly what I've done. So you need to be foolproof in your portfolio and make sure that people can see exactly what you do and inherently trust you without reservation, that they are willing to go ahead and put their trust in you. And my last tip is to use the buyer requests portal. I'm not sure if everyone knows about it, because it's kind of hidden in the site navigation just a little bit. But the buyer request portal is kind of flipping the script on Fiverr. So one thing I love about Fiverr is that I can just put my offering out there, people search for it, and they find me. So I'm kind of saying what I'm gonna do, and if people say, yeah, that fits me, that's what I want, then they can place the order. The buyer request section kind of flips it. So instead of you saying what you can do, people are actually asking for a particular service, and they're submitting a request, which you then answer. I don't personally like the way that part of the platform works, just for how my business works, and I don't typically need to go searching for that kind of work, but you might, and it's a really great option for you to meet the needs of those buyers and try to kind of pitch yourself the best. The problem with the buyer request section is also usually people want basically slave labor rates as I describe it. And then people are just like throwing themselves at them, say, I can't, give me work. I mean, some people need the work and that can be an effective way to get in. Just kind of be mindful. As you look at it, you'll see what I mean probably pretty fast. And there's also just a limited number of requests that you can answer in a day, but just be thoughtful about the people that you are answering and then making sure that you are really a good fit, you truly can meet their needs, and that it will be a successful order. Because at the end of the day, any order that you get, if it's not 100% 5-star successful, that's not going to build up your portfolio and your profile in a good way. So just always be thinking of the future. Think what's going to be the best for me in the long run as you step forward to build up your profile on the platform. All right, I really hope this is helpful. Again, it has been a long time since I've started, and I had to kind of dive into my brain and think, how will you do that? I've been sitting on this question for a while because I needed to give it some thought. So I really hope that these work for you. Comment below if you have any other suggestions or questions, and if these work for you. Wishing you the best. As always, if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for Freelance Friday content every single Friday. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let's get back to work.